Good morning. Terry Vandermark here from Ferret Brothers Marketing. And I didn't really have anything to post today, so I thought I'd share with you today something that most people don't know about me from the t-shirt world, which is I was a health club owner operator / business consultant for health clubs with the National Fitness Business Alliance / Thomas Plumber Company for over 25 years. And I currently run a 45,000 square foot health club. So I thought I'd share with you today my goal boards. In our world, production is everything. Every day we have to sell something to everybody. So I have a pretty extensive goal board scenario that I use on a daily basis to keep track of where we are in the club. The first one is my receivables base. I track on a monthly basis whether our receivables base is going up or down. That is my most important board. We have renewals, which I'm not going to cover today because you can have a whole segment on renewals by themselves because the whole process is so complicated. We also track telephone inquiries / website leads. We want to make sure that we are getting a 70% appointment ratio on those and then a 75% show ratio on the appointments that are scheduled. We then go to prospects, which I actually have 3 boards for January for prospects. It was a great month. I'm looking at the name of the prospect that came in through the door and was toured, and when they sign up, we highlight the name. And I'm looking for, depending on the type of membership, anywhere from a 30 to 70% closing ratio on those, maybe 80%. The reason there's a vast difference in what the bottom end to the top end is we actually segment here the different demographics that we're attracting because we have such a big club and we're attracting a wide variety of people. So if we're doing actually no money in the community, pretty much everybody that comes through the door is a referral or a walk-in. They have a good idea that they're already going to join before they came in, so those ratios should be upwards past the 80% range. If we have a lot of people who are just fitness only, that we're competing against some of the low dollar, $9 a month club who's running a 25-cent enrollment right now, and they're just comparing equipment to equipment, there's only so much you can do to upsell them on the other amenities that we have and the results that we can give them. So that closing ratio would be lower. And then somewhere in the middle of the road are deconditioned, usually middle age, 40 plus, mostly female, that we get into our team training / semi-private personal training programs. And those ones we usually sit at somewhere around 50 to 55% on those. There has been a rule of thumb that we followed in the past, which is the longer the paid trial that we do, the higher the closing ratio is on those. So if you're doing a 7-day versus a 15-day Jumpstart versus a 30-day personal training experience, that the closing ratio is higher on those. And what we've tracked is, at least in our world now, the only time that holds true are that deconditioned 40 plus, mostly female market. But those are some numbers that we track in that area just to give you an idea why there's a discrepancy there. This month we ran a challenge. We did a 6-week challenge. We got 28 participants in it. We converted 60% of them to members afterwards, mostly team training. And then we also do a 21-day Jumpstart where a person who has already come in the club, got toured, didn't take advantage of the trial, and we call them back. We try to get them re-energized. We do what we call an accountability coach, that we're just getting them involved in a program that gets better results, and they have a lot of attention while they're in that program. And we do that on a 21-day basis. And then we give them incentives in order to upgrade to a team training membership on a monthly basis within 7 days of that Jumpstart. So this month we had 27 people on that 21-day after tour prospect Jumpstart. So this is what we track on a daily basis. There are a few more things that we do track separately in a book that don't need to be on the wall. A lot of people especially when I was going into clubs and doing a lot of consulting, would say, well, you're putting all these people up on a wall. We don't want our members to see them, and that is usually the case. Even though we are a business, most people go into a business and appreciate that that business needs to make money. For some reason, there's an emotional connection to a fitness center, health club, gym, where they don't necessarily want to see how you make your money, and they don't want to see sales, and they don't want to see sales protocol and goal boards and things like that. So we have these upstairs in our offices section. So my office is right here. The rest of the offices are next to me. We don't bring members up here. We don't do sales in an office. We do them out in the lobby on round tables. That way it takes away the sales barrier and the entry barrier. And the second thing that I get a lot of times when I'm going into a club is that everything is for everybody to see here. I'm not giving my staff any actual club numbers that they could share that I didn't want shared. Maybe the receivables base, but outside of that, nobody really gets a lot of the day-to-day operations numbers as far as money goes. But they do get all the prospects, and they know who their prospects are. They know how to follow up on them, and so does everybody else. So we always know whose closing ratio is what. So there is an unspoken competition between the staff. We've got a great staff here. I've been able to cultivate a good group of people. We work as a team. There is no competition between them as far as stealing agreements or stealing commissions and things like that. But there is a friendly competition between people because we know who's toured who, and we always know whose closing ratio is, and we're constantly training and retraining and role-playing in order to increase the skill sets of our staff so that their closing ratios go up. So I do like that friendly competition between the staff where everybody knows where everybody's numbers are. And usually the person that doesn't want anybody to find out is the person that's numbers are lower and they don't want to be held accountable. And we generally weed those people out pretty quickly. So hope you like this post. If you have any questions about it, feel free to give me a call or leave a message at the bottom. And hope you have a great day and keep crushing it. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.